What's poppin' people, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. We've got more Armour footage as promised, as another of the six-headed hydra of Armour players at Fanboy 3. Testing some more ratios, gonna be playing into more Numemon. It's gonna be Armour going first. We're gonna open up on the jamming egg, so Uko in the back. And then we're going to play the two-color Veemon because we are looking for a level 4. Hella Veemons, but not any armors, so we are going to drop the double agent. He's going to do what he needs to do. Rookie in the back, and there's the Digimon. And still not clear that we're on against Nume yet until Nume X comes down. And now that realization, we're going to see the Satsuki played. Hatch 1, game 1 off the Uko getting pushed out. Veemon in the back. We're going to get our mandatory jamming check in whilst we can. Kind of force them to go for the trade. There's going to be the Numemon, which is going to be the blocker, no purge. And then Davis play Veemon. Veemon check top 3, find the Daiken, but sends the blue memory boost in the protoform to the bottom of the deck. Shoot one out. And they're going to gain 1 off the Satsuki at start of main. X is going to come down, but they don't have the X antibody, so we're going to quickly let them roll that back to... They have a Warrior in hand, so we'll let them go Warrior first into X, because we want good practice. So there's going to be the Warrior, which then by trashing a Nume, they would get the D-Digivolve, but they're actually just not going to go for it. Instead, they're going to go straight into the X. And they're going to play the Numemon. Numemon being played gets to -6. So this was an interesting one. I think you could opt to nuke the... You could opt to nuke the Veemon and then try and swing over the Ukomon. But instead, choosing to nuke off the Ukomon, just make sure it disappears regardless of what happens with this Magnemon. Not a memory setter on the Davis, so could go for the low pass. Warrior, of course, giving the sec +1, so could try and swing for the 2 checks, but it will just get traded on that Magnemon. Just gonna go for a second Numemon, going hella wide. Start of main, gonna gain 1 off of the Davis having a free type. Gonna go Magnemon, strip out the top source of the X. And then bouncing Numemon back to hand. The problem is, even without that Warrior the X still gets its all turns effects because it is an all turns, not a when did you put... Well, I guess it's more the all turns is just separate. For whatever reason, it doesn't require you to still have the or X antibody in order to proc that all turns, which is kind of stupid. Gonna get the full clear because Heron's Judgment will fire 4 times due to having blue, yellow, black. I'm gonna get the float into Nume, and there's 5 memory to play with. Hatch, gonna gain 1. Hope you guys like the Yolkmon as well, the little memory counter. My housemate made it for us. I've shown close-ups of it on the stream and on the podcast, which is your mandatory reminder to go watch the podcast because we put a lot of effort into it and you get to hear some insightful commentary. And just us talking about the general happenings of the Digimon card game scene, especially here in Europe. Alright, for 3, gonna go into X. And are we just gonna climb straight up into Platinum? Yeah, we're gonna go straight into Platinum. Trash, and then gain 2. Nice cheap Evo. Looks like we're gonna consider swinging. Gonna go 9k at security. And we're going to take the block whilst we can. Since it would die, we draw, and then we get to float. And we're going to find the X. So a pretty decent hit there. I'm going to Mind Link Satsuki probably to give it a reboot. And then we're going to go Louis. Louis brings out the Terriermon and keeps turn. So not going for the 1 choke. Going to evolve for 2 into Nume. And then Nume not going to play out anything. We are going to keep the reboot. By giving himself the source, he's also protected himself from Magnemon X, which is very unfortunate for us. Started main game 1 off Davis. And look, you can see the Magnet X there, so if we do that, it doesn't get rid of the body. We actually can't bounce anything here, which is incredibly annoying. We're going to go Congo first, because Congo will then stop the Nume from being able to swing. We're going to try and go 8k for the swing. If it gets blocked, it's not going to cause the float. But then we can choke to 1, evolve for 2, and we're going to gain +4 because there's 2 armors in trash. So +4, that makes it +5. I've got my power counters off to the side. Should probably go grab those. Speaking of power counters, one of the homies, Minikill, hopefully you've seen the creator callbacks where I was featured on the channel. He's been working on some power counters just to make things better for Digimon players, Digimon YouTubers. Alright, so trying to go in with the jamming. We're going to get the block now. Yeah, there we are. There's our +4, +1. He is +5 for the turn. There we go. Very, very useful little piece of kit. And hopefully they will become more widely available at a more affordable price. So keep an eye on this space. Keep an eye on Minikill as well, because hopefully we'll be seeing that very, very soon. Alright, so it's going to do sec -1, -3. So back down to 8k, then -3 makes it 5. There is a blocker, so we can't just try and get our free draw, which is kind of annoying. One blocker. Okay, so we're going to go Awakening here. Yeah, gain 2 memory back when we swing as well. We're going to go Training. Take the only target. And then, is it Awakening? Okay, we're just going to go Magna instead. Magna, just going to strip out and bounce the Monze, just to try and make it more awkward to go into Monze X. It is 3 memory though, so I guess technically he can just go Monze over the Nume stack. But we've managed to at least thin the board down. So sec -1, -3k once again. And then Monze X. Ooh, looking at the Shin Monze in hand. So Monze X is going to be able to play out something. We'll get some minus. And this, I think, is where a big tempo swing kind of happens. Some mistakes definitely made. We're going to play out the Nume, which is then going to -3k the Numemon. Alright, actually, just going to double tap the Numemon, so it's what, -6 now. Then we're going to see the biggest teddy bear of all, Shin Monze. When Digivolving, puts the rookies to the top of security, and then it pops a level 4, which obviously with Armour Purge, but with the DP minus put onto it, it will live. And this is where we're definitely gonna made a mistake. We should have just tried to go wide here, because we did not realize the effect of Shin Monze, what it was at all, which is totally our bad. But also at the same time, this becomes kind of difficult. So it's when it gets deleted, obviously going to get put to the security. We're protected against DP minus. But Shin Monze is a Chaos Deg on a body. By discarding the Numemon, it is just going to Chaos Deg it straight to the bottom. And now we've lost our board, and we're kind of pretty far behind now as a result of this. 2 checks is going to clear those 2 Veemons that were put there. There's going to be the Satsuki going underneath. Going to go in for the jamming, hits Protoform. And now we're back down to the 5 security. Yeah, we'd healed a decent amount, but it's not looking good. Alright, at 3, gain 1 off the Davis. Crack the Training to evolve for 0. Go into Magna. Protoform, evolve into Magna X for reduced cost. And then we're going to go Heaven's Judgment. Yeah, so I think Heaven's Judgment should have been the turn before. I think if I'd gone, instead of going Shuyulin, if I'd just gone Awakening, Magna X, Heaven's Judgment to get that value out sooner, I would have at least turned off the Chaos Deg and made it protected against DP minus, and then able to just shoot a decent number of bodies. Gaogamon into Nume X. Going over that one instead of the one that can attack, but I guess he's just trying to set up blockers. These all being single color makes it pretty hard for Magna X to get as much value, which is a bit unfortunate. 2k for every single one. Protoform is going to bring us back our Magna, and then that's going to be a heal too once again. Protoform Magna X heal is very silly. Guarantees that it's going to float into a Monzomon though, so that kind of just sets up pretty comfy. Going to gain back the 2 memory, and there's a Nume X underneath it. I was one giving jamming, but I guess I just lost track of what could actually attack. We're going to swing in this Numemon with the jamming. Obviously, Protoform is the next card, so it didn't even need it. But if he leaves it under, we'll have Reboot. We're going to go Nume X. Just a setup to, again, just be a nuisance. Make it very, very difficult for us to punch over in fear of float. And now we are very, very wide. There's a rookie in raising. We kind of just have to see something dummy out of security. I think we'd have to see Davis play Veemon. Yeah, Davis play Veemon, and then Veemon turn into Magna. Plus 4 armors in trash, so there we go. There's going to be that +8. But even then, the body is so wide, I think just hard playing anything. Yeah, so we're at 9 memory to pass turn. We passed them 2, and that's how far we go up. Digimon, yeah, it's going to be a bajillion memory sent through, so that is going to clear. The problem is we couldn't have even really gone for the other Magna because it was just going to get cooked. Jamming 2 checks, we're going to get the D-Digivolve, going to D-Digivolve the Nume X. Not that I think it's going to matter all that much. Going to go Uko. Davis play Veemon. Yeah, I think if we'd seen it the other way around, then maybe we get a little bit more value to get the blocker, but it's not going to happen, and that's going to be game 1.
Matrix Digivolution.
What's poppin', Tamers? We're back with Player Armour once again. A bunch of people ask me why I drink Player Armour, and it's because they sponsor me. Duh! Jokes aside, I actually was drinking Player Armour before all of that, because I actually don't have much of a sweet tooth, and I find a lot of energy drinks to be too sweet, especially a lot of the powder brands, but the no sugar approach for Player Armour and their focus on more tart, like sour flavors, really suits my palate. The fruit punch is really just fruity and packs a nice kick. The blue raspberry is really, really nice as well, nice and sour, kind of like when you get those slushies. If you want something a little bit on the sweeter side, there's the strawberry lemonade, which is more strawberry than it is lemonade. And they do have the lemon flavors as well. And I can tell you for a fact that the new black cherry flavor goes foolish. Yeah, the way I mix mine is by getting the dry powder in and then getting a little bit of water in and just mixing it around to try and make a slurry. Then I add up to half the bottle and shake it a baby. As we go into the mulligans, we're going to be starting things off with game 2. A very, very long game 1. We're going to see the double hit as Ukomon is a free type, so it's going to get picked up off the Veemon. We are going to find the Davis. Whilst we do start this off though, I do want to say a massive shout out to all the members, a growing set of members. So we do have at the ultimate tier, we have the Tommy NT and Tommy Tricks on the sticks. At the champion tier, getting those bonus podcast content still is L and Coffee Deus. Then at the rookie tier, we have DHM, Bradley Rob, and Seb Bainbridge Coombs. And new at the DigiEggs tier, we have our very own Tamer Jambo rounding out. Thank you to everyone joining the members, getting access to early content, ad-free content, and supporting the channel as best I can. I much appreciate all of you, and hopefully a growing list of numbers. We see more and more people looking to get themselves some extra goodies and also help me make what I do as often as I can. 3 wide versus 3 wide, and only a single non-rookie on the board. As I say that, immediately going to strip 2, bounce 1 as Zudomon shows up for 4 memory, choking to 1. And we're on the off turn because he didn't have a rookie. So this one actually one of those decent tempo swing turns. We're going to see the Satsuki pushed over for 2. We're just now going in. The jamming Veemon yet to be answered. It's going to turn into Magnamon. Magnamon gives us a rookie to then go in. We're going to swing in once again. Hits the Louis. Louis going to push out the Uko, but it is a your turn effect, so not going to be stealing the memory. So actually choosing not to push them out, I respect that. We're just going to swing in, swing in, swing in, and then that is a very quick game too. All right, going into the final game. It took us down to just 15 minutes left at the end of game 1, and we managed to finish game 2 and actually go into a game 3 with time on the clock. I think There was like 8 minutes left by this one, so definitely doable. And these two decks are decks that can slow things down, but they're also decks that can really do some damage. We're going to be down a turn here because of the Ukomon pushing out rather than the Armour, and it looks like, yeah, I think we just did this wrong. I think the fact that we didn't see a second rookie puts us pretty far behind. In future, the correct thing to do is to go Veemon first, Veemon in the back and then Ukomon in front, because then you're not guaranteed the extension, but at least you're guaranteed that you have the Veemon line. Also, being able to go into Monze X, of course, is awful. I'm going to see the Louis come out, is going to choke to 1, and we at least see a rookie directly off the top. We're going to have to play another one. Does find the Magna. And that is going to pass over turn, but 10 wide, or 5 wide is so difficult to deal with now. We just kind of have to see something whack in security, and you can see a hand very, very clogged with options. Gonna get the -10. Gonna take out the Ukomon rather than the rookie, which is interesting. We don't have the yellow source, so we have to, raise out, go Magna, strip out the sec +1 just to try and buy us some time. I'm gonna bounce the rookie back to take it off board as well. Uko in the back. It is just an 8k blocker. We'll just get shrunk. Yeah, you can see it. This is me thinking that it's like, okay, because I get rid of the Monze source, I'm not going to get caught by the other effect. But no, unfortunately, that all turns is just completely separate from everything else. Does not seem like we have any black Magnas in trash, so this is just going to be them swinging it out. So very, very quick game is 2 and 3. Unfortunate mulligan there, and that is going to be us closing it out. Still more Armour footage left to be played out, as we will be seeing some later on. If you like what you saw and you do want to see more, then make sure to like and subscribe. Consider joining the membership to watch the podcast, and as always, have yourselves a damn good one.